Okay, well, this is kind of a tuning process video, and then I'll do a start and run for you. I'm going to kind of explain this the way it makes sense to me. There are 3 screws that actually control your idle and fuel mixture. Your very first one is right here, and that's the screw that you see. It's tough for me to point at it, but it's the screw that you see right there. It's got a spring on it. Now you access that through a hole back here. Pan out so you can see where I'm dealing with. So you run this in, run a screwdriver in, and you adjust that one. Now what that screw does is basically adjust the air-fuel mixture. Sorry for the video, this is really tricky to do. Okay, and that's adjusted with this butterfly lever right here. Okay, that screw actually goes in or out depending on where you adjust it to, and it holds this butterfly in a position. Okay, that is strictly air-fuel mix. Okay, the 2 that you're going to be dealing with are down in here, and they're kind of wrapped in a red band, if you will. Wow, that's really hard to see. I will try to get you a nice picture of it. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, there's kind of a bone-shaped, if you will, rubber band that goes around both of these. Your low idle screw is the one I'm pointing at right here. It's really difficult to see because of lighting, but at any rate, what that does is there's 2 screws. There's the low and there's the high. What the low does is it adjusts the amount of that fuel that is allowed at idle. So basically, when you start it up, that's how much of the fuel is going through the carburetor and into the engine. Now, the other screw, the high idle, what that does is when you pull the throttle, that's when that valve opens. And that's your run screw. That's the high idle. So getting all 3 of those adjusted is a little bit tricky at first. Once you've got it dialed in, you really won't have to adjust much of the high screw. You may have to play with the low screw. The air-fuel ratio you probably won't have to deal with. It's your call. If you want it to idle a little bit higher, you can. If you want it to idle a little bit lower, you can turn it out a little bit. Turning it clockwise obviously idles it higher. Turning it counterclockwise or out makes it idle a little bit lower. So those are the adjustments. I've already dialed it in to the best of my ability right now. I mean, I don't have a tachometer or anything fancy like that. I tune them by ear. I just make them run right. So I will stand back and give this thing a start. Probably make another video of it actually running, but that's the tuning process that you asked me about. And I apologize for the quality of the video. It's really tough to get down in there to show you what I'm trying to show you, but once you receive the saw, you'll see them and you'll understand it. So once again, air-fuel mixture, low idle screw, high idle screw. Thanks.